Hi again. We've looked at a lot of different rifles and shotguns over the years. It's been a lot of fun. One area of collecting that I haven't really talked about is, well, I was going to say historic guns, but the Lee Enfield is a historic gun. There are a lot of people that collect these, the different Marks III, Mark IV, Mark V, which is the jungle carbine. This one is a doubly historic rifle, and what I was trying to first start talking about was, I don't know what you would call them, celebrity guns or historic guns or infamous guns. And this is one. I'll tell you all about it. So what you're looking at is a Lithgow short magazine Lee Enfield. So to look at it, it's kind of, I mean, it's definitely seen some use and it's got character. But what's really significant about it is that this is the rifle from Legends of the Fall, which is a film that I really liked. Usually I'm behind the times with movies, so I guess the movie I checked before filming came out in 1994, and I probably didn't see it until, I don't know, 98 or even later, but there are a number of interesting firearms. The film was directed by Edward Zwick, and you might know him from other films. He directed Legends of the Fall, directed Glory, The Last Samurai, some significant films. And Legends of the Fall starred Brad Pitt. He played a character, in case you haven't seen the film, named Tristan. The film was shot in Alberta, really just beautiful locations. And then some filming also done in Gastown and Vancouver. And this rifle appears in a significant scene. Tristan is fighting in the war. His younger brother has gone to the same battle area somehow. And the sequence is excellent and unforgettable. So I really like the film. And I took note of all the different firearms, and sometimes for fun, people, over the years, because they know I'm interested in guns, they would ask, was this the right gun, or was this the right pistol, and so on. In other words, historically correct. And Legends of the Fall did a very good job matching the correct weapons, firearms for the time. Anyhow, getting back to the rifle itself, I didn't think I would ever own this rifle, but then circumstances changed and destiny intervened, and here it is. Of course, if you're buying something like this, it's not going to be inexpensive. So you have to, look for what they call provenance, and this is definitely the rifle that Brad Pitt used. Or the character Tristan in that critical scene. And what I'll do is, if you punch this rifle in on Google, or Legends of the Fall, or Edward Zwick, or any of these keywords, this rifle does come up, and you can recognize it. When I saw it, I knew right away. But maybe I'm a little bit different from the average person. But the markings on the wood, which you see today, I'll try to turn it so it's more in the sunlight, are exactly the markings that you can see when Brad Pitt shoots it in the film. It's an edited scene, as they all are. There's a German soldier on a horse, presumably German, and Brad Pitt grabs the rifle, which is behind him, and this is the rifle. The rifle itself is historically significant, and that's why people collect them just as they are. But this one, like I said, is doubly historical because it's also the rifle from Legends of the Fall. As far as the basics of the short magazine Lee Enfield, I mean, we've talked about it before, but it's one of the quickest and probably the most effective battle rifle, bolt action. Shoots .303 British, 10-round magazine. It's a rimmed cartridge, and it's a rugged rifle. That's the best way to put it. Meaning that it's easy to understand how it works. And the rimmed cartridge, you do have to be careful with loading the magazine to some extent because you don't want to get one rim behind another. That's something that's well documented on the web. Anyway, just a fantastic rifle, and yeah, Brad Pitt sort of aims it like this, and you can see the same markings, hopefully on our video. And what we'll do is we'll change our location because the sun is maybe not in the most favorable spot right now, but a terrific rifle to own. And there are, like I said, people who just want to own, let's say, the model, whatever it was, 2944 Magnum from Dirty Harry. There have been so many notable rifles and pistols used in movies. What I liked about owning this Brad Pitt rifle was it wasn't one of what could have been many. I mean, in the modern films, they're even using like totally plastic and you know, airsoft pistols. But this one is distinctive, and you can tell. I also have a letter authenticating the rifle. So that was kind of an easy one to make a decision about. Yeah, so this is the Pitt rifle, and we could go into detail in the studio, but there's really no need. You're familiar with these. We'll take a few shots with it, and if you get into this thing where you try to collect, you know, movie firearms, it's, again, a tricky area, and you have to know that what you're buying is authentic, as this is. And it's kind of cool owning the rifle from Legends of the Fall that was used in that scene with Tristan and Brad Pitt. So I guess we'll break here and take a few shots and see how this fine rifle shoots. Yeah, it's a pretty, you know, they're a very fast shooting rifle. One of the reasons is that it's cock on opening, on closing, I should say. So you get that jump back on the bolt. It's in a way assisted opening, and we'll shoot a few more times. Well, you know, Brad Pitt and Tristan and Legends of the Fall aside, these 303s, we shot more than we filmed. They're always remarkable. Still one of the best rifles ever made. And I know we did some studio pieces on this, but getting out and shooting it, it's just a fantastic rifle. And they're remarkably affordable. They've, of course, gone up in value like everything else, maybe more than others. And if you can find these, even the Sporters, I was shooting one the other day made by Parker Hale. Fantastic, fantastic rifle. Anyhow, yeah, it's getting hot in the sun with all this shooting. Great rifle. I didn't show you the butt plate. It's got a little trap door in it where you would put, you know, a pull through and maybe an oiler. Sometimes I open them when I buy them over the years, or bought them over the years. And there were other things in there, like a rolled up picture or something like that. Makes it interesting. Anyhow, sure is nice owning this Brad Pitt rifle, and I'll keep it in my collection. maybe bring it out in the studio again. And I like just taking it out and shooting. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.